Hi, Johnny Mac back on the project of the 1999 Nissan Sentra GXC hood. Okay, now as you know, I've put on my earlier videos that I am working with stencils, putting a stencil on the hood of my car, preferably the Monster logo. Okay, now so far what I've done is I've done a color shift spray paint, a Rust-Oleum. Now this color shift is about $22 at your local, say either hardware store or automotive store. And then you went with the purple glitter. And also, as for the base, Rust-Oleum high performance enamel. You want to give everything about 15 to 30 minutes for it to dry on each coat. Make sure that there's no runs, make sure that there's no overspray, and you should be alright. Before you actually start working on everything, you should actually cover your whole project floor with plastic protective. Make sure you wear your PPE, that means your mask or respirator. Wear some good thick gloves, because your paint can get on your hands. As you can see, I got some paint on mine. And then just start painting. After you get through painting with your main colors, then comes the next part. You want to actually take off your stencil after everything dries. After you take off everything that dries, you take off your stencil, and then you go with your clear coat or your yellow, as some people will call it in the automotive body industry. So let me just show you what I got. So this is the hood that I've been working on for the past 6 months. Shouldn't have took that long, but as you know, I just got my shop not too long ago, and so far it is looking pristine. I'm loving the way it comes out. It's looking really great right now, and it's actually really nice, really cool looking. And after this actually clears up, I will then have to sand down the high spots that I have, and then after all the high spots, then I will, after I sand that down, I have to go back to the glitter, put down the glitter again, and then go ahead and strip that logo off of there, and then it should be okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. My associate, please hold the phone and point it to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so go ahead, don't forget your PPE, your gloves. I'm going to show you what this looks like without that without that stencil on there. Now I have a mask that I currently use, but you don't really need a mask for this. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure you slowly peel this off, because whenever you tape, before you go with the actual complete paint, what you want to do is you want to tape completely around your stencil. And that's so that way the other spray paint can't get on your actual logo, and it can't destroy your logo that you've actually worked really hard on. Now make sure you take your time with this project, because if you do not take your time, it'll show in your work. DIY guy actually mentioned that in one of his videos. You can check him out. He's the inspiration behind all of this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually peel this off slowly. You want to actually start from right to left or left to right, as mentioned in previous videos. Now I have to be careful, because this paint's still a little wet, if I can get to it. If you can't get it with your gloves, you can always use one of your box cutting knives to get it off. Now like I said, you want to go clearly and take that off there. It's not dry yet, so I'm just going to let it sit and dry. So, but clearly you get an idea of what I'm talking about. Once when it does dry, then you should be okay with removing your project. But I'm going to give this another about 5-10 minutes for it to dry, and then you should be okay. like I said, work from right to left. If your stencil is more to the right, like this Monster logo, or more to the left, then you want to actually peel it slowly. You don't want to actually just automatically move this. Because if you do, then you're going to be in big trouble. And right now, if you can see, it's not pristine condition to do anything. So what happened was it spider glassed on me, and this is the result. You can see little cracks in there and everything, and you don't want that to happen. So now I have, before I even pull this up, I have to actually sand that down. So that's what I have to do. So I got another spot here as well. Try to have your fan as close to your project as possible. But yeah, some of this you really don't want. That causes a little bit of an issue and can do some damage. So I have to let it sit and dry before I can do anything more. So your next step, like I said, pull your stencil off. Make sure everything is leveled out. If not, you have to sand and repaint. Apparently I have to re-sand this down because I have some problems, obviously, with this. I gotta turn the fan off because I think that's the issue here, what's going on with this. So, alright guys, I will show you in the next video on what to do next if you come across problems like I have.